Everyone. The purpose of this video is to show you how to search the UNCG University Library's catalog, specifically when you're looking for peer-reviewed or scholarly articles. So the first thing we're going to do is go to library.uncg.edu, and this is the view that you'll see. And here we have the catalog. Now the catalog can be used for lots of things, including books and articles, videos, music, all kinds of things. We're going to just focus on using it for these articles today. So you click on the articles tab here or just leave it on all. I'm going to leave it on all. And I suggest doing a search string, something like this. So I'm going to search for social work, and the reason I'm putting social work in quotation marks is that it's going to do something called phrase searching, which means it tells the system that I want to search that exact phrase with the words in that exact order. So it won't search the word social separate from the word work. It will search them together. So let's say I was interested in how school social workers can support students who are experiencing homelessness. So I could say something like social work and school and homeless. And what that would do, I'm telling the system, let me scroll in a little bit here. I'm telling the system, okay, search for the phrase social work, articles that include that phrase, and things that include the word school, and things that include the word homeless. You have different endings for that word. You have homeless, you have homelessness, something like that. So I put the star or the asterisk at the end of that word. This is called truncated searching, and that is going to give me that prefix with, or that beginning of the word with different possible endings, if that makes sense. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you don't have to use the asterisk. That's just kind of a neat trick you can do. It also works really well with situations like this. So that would give me admin with a star, would give me administrator, administration, administrative, it would give me all those endings. I'm going to go back to the original words, and I'm going to click on search. So I've told it to find me sources that include all of these components. Okay, so I got about 2,200 results, which is not too bad. Now, this is going to include lots of different source types. And like I said, we're just focusing on those scholarly peer-reviewed articles today. So I'm going to narrow things down a little bit. And the way I'm going to do that is by using this toolbar on the left side. So if you scroll down and under format, we're going to click the box next to article and let it refresh. That took us from 2,200 to 1,200, which is good. We're also going to use a different tool on the left, which is publication year. As you'll learn as you go along through this library session, publication year can be tricky because limiting yourself too much can kind of rule out some things that might be really useful. But if you look too broadly, you might find things that are less relevant. So I encourage people to start with something like last 10 years, but it's really up to you. And you can always ask your professor if you need advice on how far back you should be searching. So that took me down to 711 results. There's one more box that I want you to check, and that is under content type. It says peer reviewed. So what I've told this search altogether to do is to look for all these components up here in the search box. I've also said I only want to see things written since 2016. I only want to see articles, and I only want to see things that are marked as peer reviewed. Okay, so I'm left with 522 results. So I'm just going to scroll through a little bit and see if there's anything that stands out to me. I am going to try this article. It comes from a journal called Social Work in Public Health. You can see the name of it there. You can see the title, the authors, when it was published. You can see a summary, sometimes called an abstract. And abstracts can be really helpful because this could help me decide kind of quickly whether or not this is an article that's going to be useful for my research. So if you read the abstract and you decide, yep, this is something I want to look at, then you click View Full Text. And sometimes you'll get multiple options here. It doesn't really matter which one you click on. It just means we have it in multiple places. So I'm going to click View Full Text. And here is the article itself. And what you're looking for is something like PDF, You can see here it says view PDF. This will sometimes be in different places depending on which website you're using or which one of the journals you're using. So I click view PDF and wait just a moment while it loads. And here it is. It's 10 pages long. I can see it's got a bunch of different authors. The abstract is there. It's got an introduction. There's a methods section, which is going to tell me how they did the particular study that they're talking about, how they set things up. It's going to do some results for me. You will often have things like charts. You'll often have data, things like that. And then there's usually some sort of discussion section in these. So I would strongly encourage you to check out some articles like this, flip through, see if there's anything that looks interesting. Keep in mind, you're not necessarily going to understand every term that's used, and that's completely okay. This is a learning exercise. We're not expecting perfection here. Another thing that can be very helpful if you are struggling to find articles on this topic, look at the references list of things that you're seeing, because there could be some leads in there that could be really helpful for you. So if you feel like you've got it, you can go ahead and exit out of this video. But I'm going to do another search just for those who may want to see it one more time. So I'm starting from library.uncg.edu. And this time I'm going to try social work and school and food insecurity. And again, I'm telling it, give me things that include this phrase social work and the word school and the phrase food insecurity. $174 results. I was pretty specific with my search, so that doesn't surprise me. I'm going to click on the article box. Give it a minute to refresh. I'll probably skip publication year, honestly, because I don't have that many results left, so it's not that much to sort through. And then under content type, peer reviewed. This is going to give me peer reviewed journal articles that fit the search criteria that I have asked the system for. So again, you click view full text. You can choose any of these options. We're waiting for it to load. The screen that we'll see is probably going to look different. Yeah, see, it's a little bit different from the last one that we looked at. But here you can see PDF. I can click on the PDF of this. And here is the article. Okay, so that's how you do that particular skill. And keep working through the tutorial and you'll learn several other important skills.